Bahrain's military says it has now taken control of the capital, Manama. Several people were killed and dozens wounded as security forces stormed the protesters' makeshift camp at 3 a.m. Thursday in the central Pearl Square. Among the protesters, there was huge shock at the show of force.
We did not harm anyone. We were sleeping when they surprised us and attacked us.
Authorities appear determined to prevent Pearl Square becoming a rallying point for the protesters, as Tahrir Square did for the protests in Cairo, Egypt, in the past few weeks. The anti-government demonstrations there, culminating in the resignation of the Egyptian president, have clearly inspired opposition groups in Bahrain. Saeed Shahabi is a senior figure in the Bahrain freedom movement in London. He explains what's driving the protests.
The lack of empowerment, political empowerment. You are treating the majority and the natives as the underdogs of society, both economically and politically and culturally.
On Thursday, Bahrain's foreign minister said the police action was necessary to bring Bahrain back from the brink of a sectarian abyss. That won't satisfy the opposition. Bahrain has an indigenous Shia majority population, but is ruled by a Sunni royal family, the Al Khalifas. The protesters want Prime Minister Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa, who has been in power since 1971, to resign. Jane Kininmont, an expert on Bahrain at London analyst group Chatham House, says what happens in Bahrain could reverberate beyond its borders.
Bahrain is a tiny country sandwiched in between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Because of its location and because it hosts the main American naval base in the Middle East, it is strategically important. Bahrain is connected by a causeway to the eastern province of Saudi Arabia. Now that is where Saudi Arabia has most of its oil fields, its onshore oil fields. It also has a large Shia population of its own. I think the Saudis have always been concerned that unrest in Bahrain could spill over there.
Bahrain's Shia opposition has already resigned from parliament in protest at the crackdown. But Saeed Shahabi of the Bahrain Freedom Movement says it's not simply a sectarian issue.
The motivation is not that a minority Sunni government is ruling them. No, because the Sunnis are part of the struggle. And when we say minority ruling over majority, we do not mean minority Sunni. We mean minority clan, a tribe.
That clan forms one of the longest serving unelected governments in the world. These protests could prove to be the biggest test yet of their power. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.